Hi, welcome to my workshop in sunny Wiltshire. I'm Jacques of Radiance Furniture Design. I've been making furniture for a few years now. I've been a member of Gloucestershire Guild of Craftsmen for a little bit over a year. I'm going to be showing you what I'm working on at the moment, which is a lovely curved-legged steam bent flower table. So these are my pieces of sycamore and English walnut that I'm cutting up on my trusty bandsaw here into laminates that I would be steam bending and turning into the legs. Here's a couple of cut pieces, and these have still got to get run through the planer a couple of times to get the finished thickness and to get a nice smooth gluable surface. So they all bond well to each other. As you can see, this lovely timber, lovely bit of English walnut here, which I use, which I'm very partial to, and some beautiful English sycamore. And here I've got the outer piece of English sycamore, which is ripple sycamore. I don't know whether you can catch that on with the camera, but when the light catches it in the right way, you really see the ripple effect in the grain, which comes from as you'd imagine, a rippling within the grain structure refracts the light in a different way and has this beautiful effect. So that's what I'll be using to create the legs. I use 6 pieces, all at 4mm thick, so I make the legs 24mm thick in total. This is a piece I've already bandsaw. It's about 5mm, just over 5mm thick, and I want to take it down to 4mm, which is too thin for my planer machine here. So I put it to a substrate, a piece of MDF here, and I stick it down to that, and I'll run it in 2 passes through the machine just to take a little bit off each time, because it's quite delicate when you get down to this thickness. So this is my steam box, shop made, quite rough. It's made out of bits I had lying around the place, lined with plastic to keep the moisture in and to protect the board that it's made out of. Steam comes from a wallpaper stripper, basic standard wallpaper stripper. They're all much the same, quite cheap. Steam goes in one end. I've got a pipe that runs along the bottom with holes drilled along its length to let the steam out equally within the box, along the length of the box. Within the box I've got dowels, which you can sort of see the ends of here, that make little shelves for me to put my 4mm laminates on, so they all get a nice equal steaming. I'll open it up, got nice protective gloves on, lots of steam coming out, and then in order, so they're easy to remove in order. They go in on the shelves. There's only 4 here for the purposes of the video. Normally there would be 6. Close it up. Clamp the door shut and leave that for 20 minutes. At the end of 20 minutes, turn the machine off, make sure I've got my gloves on, get them all out in the right order, and then rush them in onto the former to get them bent and into the clamps as quickly as possible while the fibres are still wet and hot. So this is my former. It's made out of solid MDF, quite a few layers to get the height I want for the width of the legs that I'm making. These are representative of my finished laminates, which would all be finished at 4mm, all be uniform, all have a nice finish, nice smooth gluable surfaces on. And I would bring them in the correct order from the steamer, very hot, and I would then get them clamped up in my former using these numbered blocks, which is quite a process. I would use my clamps here, and I would put those in the hole like that, clamp up, tighten up. I have to get this corner into this, slowly bend the fibres so they all interlock and stretch on one side, interlock on the other side, get them into this curve, get this end, bend it round this end, get that fixed down, and then go around each one and tightening it up until it's all formed nicely. I'd leave that there for 12 hours or so before I took it out of the clamps. And then I would leave those laminates then to dry, let the moisture from the steam out before I glue them up, which is very important. But they would have taken the shape. There's a certain amount of spring back that occurs after the steaming process, so they don't lock into exactly this shape, but they are a lot closer to it than they are now. And so when I do come to gluing them up, I can bend them back into this former, apply the glue first, bend them back into this former, allow that to cure. And then when I take them out, they look like this, all nicely, tightly glued up, all looking very rough at the moment until I shape them and put the bevels on and sand them and turn them into the table legs that they will be. So this flower table is just one of my designs from the flower table range, and I've got a lot of other designs. You can see those on my website, which is www.radiancefurniture.co.uk. So have a look there if you're interested, or come along to one of the wonderful and fascinating Gloucestershire Guild of Craftsmen exhibitions and see them in the flesh.